Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's Luna Classic video update for Friday 21 of July. And I'm just looking at what Luna Classic is really doing at the moment. And yep, so the last time, you did get rejected at the moment. And we do have this series of pull to the upside, just mini pulls. And I'm going to give you one resistance right here, something like this. And this is actually in the 1 hour time frame. So yep, I'm actually going to pull that out and extend this a little bit like that. All right. Now, um, ever since, on the 1 hour time frame, you've actually dropped to the downside like this. You did went and climb a little bit higher, but you're actually getting rejected at this particular point at the moment. I just want to bring in the volume. So you can see that there's no volume at the moment, really low volume down there. And even though you're making series of a pull to the upside, I think it's one of those pulls that you're going to make maybe again to drop to the downside, because you do have a resistance here. You had resistance which was previously support right over there, and you had one support right over there and another support right over here, resistance there, resistance got rejected here, right? 2 or 3 times you got rejected again, and now you're moving down, maybe go up like this, and this will be the downtrend to actually continue to go to the downside. Today is Friday. From tomorrow, we're actually going to start the weekend, right? So from the weekend, what you have to understand about the weekend is that based on the data, weekends are not merciful, and they actually tend to make retracements during the weekend. And yeah, so am I expecting that retracement to happen on the weekend? Yes, I do expect the retracement to happen in the weekend, because it is what it is. There's a lot of reason for that one, okay? And I just want to show you Bitcoin in a nutshell very quickly. So let's go to Bitcoin and study Bitcoin as well. So you've seen Bitcoin really making amazing, lovely candles at the moment. It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty amazing. But you can watch the whole update on the channel as well about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin does have that resistance as well. So you do have a touch here, second touch right over there, and it broke to the downside, went up for the retest, got rejected here, right? Went down again, coming up here, it's getting rejected again, so this could be a rising wedge on the making at the moment. So one interaction there, went up, came down, went up, came down, can continue like this, and then break down during the weekends and go to $22,500 and continue a little bit lower to $22,000 level. And if it does that, that's when I do reckon that maybe you might be on the verge of Luna Classic making that move to go a little bit lower to that particular level, which is going to be this one, and who knows, even continue to go all the way to the downside. Now that's the 1 hour time frame though. Let's dive into the 4 hour time frame and let's see what's going on a 4 hour time frame as well. And here we are back to the 4 hour time frame. Boom. All right, so the double top here, the potential double top, has not played out just yet. I'm just going to hide all the all the drawings so that we can see clearly. There was this double top, I was expecting it to play out. So this one's from there to there, and you're still above the double top here, right? So you do have like that M, first top, second top, break to the downside, went for the retest, broke and smashed through the retest. But then again, on a 4 hour time frame, you're coming up to a level that you're getting rejected at the moment, right? So that's the level you're also getting rejected at, because there are a lot of influence in this level. One influence there, one influence here, break to the downside, went up, another influence right over there. So it's a little bit difficult. This is going to be a very, very difficult level to break and to continue to the upside. So from here, you might even consolidate and then break to the downside finally, with Bitcoin coming to the downside. But the scenario remains the same, okay? The scenario still remains the same. I don't know, but somehow you are still meant to go down to 7,500. How are you going to do that? That's just what I don't know. And when are you going to do that? That's just something I don't know as well. That resistance, this is going to be a refresher, and this support right here, the technical target is still pending, right? So from there to there, the technical target comes when you actually drop all the way down to that level, which is going to be 740 something, okay? simple put. And you can see ever since that happened, you're not having the ability to cross this resistance as well. Okay, whatever happens, all you have to do again, even the last time you actually bounce off this area, I actually got interested that, hey, we're going to move to the upside with this was a huge manipulation, to be honest with you. Really huge manipulation. Like, they did break it to the upside, they held it as well, they were holding that level. But what did they do again? Pump it up, went for the retest, and actually drop even way more down. So that's the reason why I'm actually telling you again and again that it's not still an amazing time to enter anything during a weekend, of course, but there are so many other different coins that are breaking to the upside to move higher. I'm currently even looking at Shiba at the moment, with an inverse head and shoulder, and it's really showing the interest to move higher. So this is amazing. It looks like an amazing time for SHIB to really fly to the upside, because we do have this left shoulder here, the head here, and the right shoulder. And you can see just like the way that one broke to the downside, SHIB has actually broke to the upside, coming in with the retest as well. So yeah, so it's looking pretty good as well. SHIB is doing kind of good, an amazing job. But this one is not breaking to the upside. The issue with this one is that the break is still to the downside as well. Now, I want to dive into the daily, and let's look at the daily as well, because it's important to notice the daily here. So if someone is in a trade, I would recommend one a stop loss down here at 9649, because if it does take out 9649, it's going to be bad, because we also have a dragonfly doji right over there. That small candlestick is known as a dragonfly doji, and there's a good chance that this dragonfly doji has already played out, because we saw a little bit of a push to the upside as well. And this one is way more better and clear on the daily, because if you look at the daily and you filter the daily actually never ever had been back tested, because if you look on the 4-hour time frame, what was a back test here on the daily was never a back test. And you can see on the daily we never closed above this line, this yellow line. So the daily is actually filtering out more information. It looks way more better. Just want to shift into the Heikin Ashi as well, just to check what's going on in here. So the Heikin Ashi shows yeah, this last candle, yesterday's candle, is still bearish. So there's nothing bullish about this candlestick at the moment, and you might see another bearish candle today as well, and then boom, you start to drop again to the downside. Now we've checked the smaller time frame, 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily. I just want to dive into the weekly as well, and let's look at what the weekly looks like. Just going to remove some of these drawings as well. Yeah, so on the weekly we do have a decisive doji though, right? That's the Heikin Ashi part of it, and I'm going to talk about this one maybe in detail, because this one shows the decisiveness of a candle to continue up or to actually move to the downside. So you see, that's decisive. And if we do join the pieces together, that decisiveness, okay, plus the technical target coming to 7401, based on that descending triangle, shows that the decision can still make it go to the downside. And that's it for today's update on Luna Classic. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's SLP video update for Friday 22 of July. Now I do see the very first green candle after such a long time in the Heikin Ashi, and that actually tells me that, when you see a green candle after a long time in a Heikin Ashi, that means that the next 2-3 weeks can actually be green. Okay, so the first green candle, you still made a series of green candle there. First green candle here, made another little bit of green candles as well, and then you have the very first green candle on the Heikin Ashi. You can see the Heikin Ashi actually filters all the candlesticks, and it shows it actually shows you the filtered version of it. But you can see that this is for the very first time you're putting in a bullish candlestick. So you see, when you don't have a wick to the upside and you have a red candle with a wick to the downside but not wick to the upside, that's bearish candle. Similarly, when you have a wick to the upside and not to the downside with a green candle, that's actually a bullish candle on the Heikin Ashi. But if I dive into the normal candles, you're gonna see that we have a very unfiltered looking candlestick. So what I'm gonna do is diving into the smaller time frame and talk about the small time frames as well. So here we are on the daily at the moment. So last time we actually went to the technical target, met the technical target like a boss, and at the moment, as far as I see things, you've actually made the successful retest for SLP at the moment. Okay, so this is something that previously I've been talking about, and two times you failed to cross that level. So the first resistance right over there, second resistance right over here, and now you've held the retest, and that is a pretty much confirmation and ticket booking that SOP is going to actually be moving up again, maybe to 517. So I would say 517 is going to be a technical target. So do actually keep in mind a stop loss of 411 right over there. And that's it for today's update on SLP. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's Shiba update for Friday 22 of July. And Shib is still looking amazing. It's really hitting the right notes at the moment, you know. I'm still not entering Shib, even though I want to enter Shib at the moment. It's because I want to see maybe how the weekend is going to play out. There could be a little bit of chance for Shib to maybe make another small movement in the weekend, maybe come down here in the weekends and hold this level, and finally after the weekends, you know, start to move higher and higher, and then go to 1.7 something level, you know. But to me, guys, at the moment, that was a very nice retest. It does look like an amazing retest at the moment. You're bouncing off the EMAs as well, so you can see that you're bouncing off the 55 and the 20 EMA. You're about to make that bull cross, right, which you still haven't made. But I just want to see what's going to happen. Now you do have a dragonfly doji as well, so this is the dragonfly doji that I'm talking about, and you're about to make a morning star as well on the daily, and you do have 16 hours to close this candlestick. So it's doing an amazing job. A lot of things are looking amazing for SHIB at the moment, and on a 4-hour time frame, you're just making that small rise again back up. But what I want to see is maybe, you know, just come up here, you know, come up just like that, and maybe go down once again, make a double bottom, you know, during the weekend, and then go up, make a W like this, break this level, and then boom, you start to move higher and higher, and then you go to that technical target during that time. Now, can it make a double bottom? I don't know, honestly. It cannot make a double bottom if it wants to, but because the weekend is coming in, I reckon there could be a little bit of more dumps coming in before we start to move to the high spot. Just watch the Bitcoin update and why I think there could be a dump. And that's it for today's update on Shape. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's Solana video update for Friday 22 of July, and this is looking, yesterday I think there was a discussion about this level being retested, and if I do bring that line over here, you know, I just want to, actually let's remove that line, and this level I want to see retested. Maybe now during the weekends we might retest that level, because you might come down, but there's one level that you're holding very well for Solana at the moment. And before we talk about that line to the downside, it's this level holding as support at the moment. Okay, so what you're doing instead is you're making another support on a different key level. Okay, just like you had this resistance right over there, the resistance right over here, and you broke out, went for the retest and pushed to the upside. It's the same way you made one resistance, second resistance, you made a wick to the downside, but you ended up closing at this level, and you're pretty much holding that level like a boss at the moment. So if I show you the 4-hour time frame, it's going to be way more clear with way more candles at the moment. So let's bring in all of this scenario right now, and yep, you can see this is what I'm talking about. The touch right over there, resistance right over here, went down, and now you're trying to hold it like a support. Okay, but be careful about the weekends. I'm still not going to touch anything for trading, but if you do end up holding that thing as a retest, then I do reckon that there's a good chance that you might start to push to the upside again. And it's gonna be maybe from there to there. I would even really say that you're looking for Solana to make the move up to $56.9 if you're going to hold the retest, right? So keep put a big stop loss down at this last wick down here, 39.66. If you start to take it out, that's not going to be a good idea. And that's it for today's update. Quick one on Solana. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's Matic video update for Friday 22 of July. Now, I'm looking at the charts at the moment and it seems like it's finally time for the retracement to begin. I'm just going to remove all of these drawings and let's see what's going on with Matic. Yeah, we did saw it going down here, making the move upside, but the problem really is that that's not the kind of move you need to actually continue higher. Now, this one is getting rejected at the moment at this level, and you can see that there's resistance line coming in, and if I dive in into the 4-hour time frame, that resistance is actually pretty solid at the moment. So what I'm going to do is actually just bring it a little bit down there. So you do have a lot of pressure up here. So the first touch there, the second touch right over here, the third touch right over here. And keep in mind, tomorrow is going to be the start of the weekend as well. So I do reckon that during the weekends, you might have a little bit of a pull to the downside. Now, in 14 hours, you're going to close this candlestick, and it seems like you're about to make a tri-star candles. And the tri-star is actually a bearish candlestick, and it's actually going to start to move to the downside. When you see three different bearish dojis like this with a plus and plus and plus, that's actually not bullish, it's actually bearish, especially when you're making it right at the resistance. It shows that the market is actually going to flip to the downside pretty soon. So I can actually turn on the EMA, and I do think that this 55 EMA is something that is going to be retested potentially and come down here and maybe move even lower. As I said previously, that it could be on the verge of going down, but who knows? Just watch the Bitcoin update, because Bitcoin still looks like, yes, going to drop down, but in the future go back up to 25k and 26k, and we might see Matic make some series of move to the upside as well. But at the moment, I'm not in the favor of the upside. At least let it go for a deep retracement, maybe on the daily time frame, and retest some level that actually never has been retested. Okay, yesterday you did bounce off the 10 EMA, right? And you do have a bull cross, by the way. You have a bullish cross for Matic, but it would be amazing, if you do come down to retest all the EMAs down here, and then you bounce off the EMAs and continue higher. And that's it for today's Matic video update. I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.